Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Starfleet Academy as we continue to follow Cadet Forrester's Academy career. Last time, we participated in a mission that was simulating a convoy to deal with problems of piracy in the sector, and we found out the Romulans were the pirates. What their true purpose was, we'll never know, but we made some pretty good guesses. We saved most of the convoy. Unfortunately, lost one freighter, but we destroyed all of the Romulan pirates, which was fairly extensive, actually, consisting of multiple warbirds, um, multiple D7 style cruisers, as well as an armed merchantman that they used to scout out potential targets. Originally, my plan was to finish off Chekhov's lost missions, but I realized the last mission actually is story dependent on the next couple missions, so we'll be continuing with the main storyline for the time being. Well, it's all the main storyline technically, but so with that, jumping back into that storyline, we managed to find the bomber, which was Faith Gage. We cleared our name, we cleared Brady's name. Sulu's got our back, and with our last mission in this line, we're hunting down an artifact that was stolen from the Romulan Empire, and we are working with an officer of the Romulan Star Empire to recover that artifact. And we're doing this to try to avoid a war between the Federation and the Romulan Star Empire because it seems like it was a human that stole it. And some weird stuff's going on because hostile Romulans and Klingons showed up to buy this artifact, and we weren't able to catch the dealer, so we'll have to hope for better luck this time.
Have any of you ever seen a traditional Russian matrushka doll? They stack one within the other like a series of tiny puzzles. So here we have a second matrushka doll. As you well know, the Raven slipped away last time, and after your fun in the Regis system, Starfleet complained to both the Romulan and Klingon governments. They denied everything. Admiral Tennick went back to Romulus to find her own answers, and you've been assigned to a completely different mission. We have received a distress call from the Thaxius system, and you are to go and investigate. The Thaxius colonies broke away from the Federation several years ago and haven't been heard from until now. It is strange how this works, yes? Dolls within dolls.
Captain's log, stardate 4262.7. We're to head to the Thaxius system to investigate a strange solar collapse. Sturak has informed me that the last visit to the system by Starfleet was over 2 years ago, and that the sun was perfectly fine back then. He also says that he knows of nothing that can degenerate a star in that short a period of time.
Course laid in, Captain.
Alright, so let's look up the Raven, SS Raven. Nope, we don't have an entry in our database for that. Thaxius system. Is it under another name? Let's check comms. Thaxius system and investigate the distress call. Really? We don't have anything in there for that. So I guess we're going into this mission kind of blind. So I guess with without further ado, Miss Acton, take us to the Thaxius system maximum warp. Let's respond to their distress call.
Now entering the Thaxius system, Captain.
Sturak, can you give me any readings from the sun of this system? Maybe something that could tell us why it's becoming so unstable.
Interesting.
What?
There's an unusual type of interference in this system. It's blocking most long-range scanners. However, I am picking up a strange energy fluctuation in the Thaxian sun. The ship's computer should have a more thorough analysis of these readings in a few minutes, although a full sensor analysis is unavailable at this distance.
Can you locate the source of the interference?
No, sir.
What about the source of the distress call?
It is coming from the first planet, Captain.
Alright. Nothing on Thaxius. Oops, let's try Thaxius 1.
Thaxius 1 is an M-class planet with approximately 1 billion humans.
Alright, Magia, hail Thaxius 1.
Hailing frequencies open, Captain.
On screen. This is Captain Forrester of the USS Ranger. We received your distress call. What's your situation?
This is Thomas Horn, leader of the Thaxius 1 colony. The situation is under control.
Captain, the analysis from our scans is coming through.
Thank you, Sturak. Can we be of any assistance?
I'm sorry, but the business of the Thaxius system is none of the Federation's concern.
Captain, the sensor data is now complete. Our scans indicate that the Thaxian star has become highly unstable. There is a 72.59% chance that this sun could nova within a matter of hours.
Mr. Horn, your situation appears to be critical. Are you sure you don't need any assistance?
Hold for 1 minute, Captain.
Captain,
Yes, Mr. Brady?
did he say that he was Thomas Horn?
He did.
Think it could be a coincidence, Captain?
Not if I know Chekhov. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
We're being hailed, Captain.
On screen.
Captain, I apologize for my rudeness, but I had no idea things were so severe. Most of our sensors were knocked out 2 days ago by a massive EMP wave. We would appreciate any help you can give.
Thank you, Mr. Horn. We're at your disposal. Could any of these incidents have anything to do with the activities of, Margaret Horn?
My daughter? What has she done now?
Oh boy.
She's in quite a bit of trouble, Mr. Horn. You better tell us where she is.
I thought she might be in trouble. The last time she visited was right before the EMP wave. She even promised she'd help right before she disappeared.
Tell me about the EMP wave.
I have no idea what's causing it. We're lucky we were able to send out a distress call.
What does it have to do with your son?
I don't know. Our sensors picked up strange energy fluctuations in the corona of the sun right before the EMP wave hit. But they didn't seem severe enough to cause that effect. We did manage to pinpoint the origin of the wave, though, if that can be of any help.
What was it?
It seemed to come from the sun itself.
Huh, that's strange. Then we'll do a sweep of the sun to pinpoint the reason for the disturbance. We'll contact you as soon as we can.
Thank you, Captain. We'll begin evacuation procedures here immediately.
Course laid in, Captain.
All right, I couldn't help but notice how that video kept kind of snapping, like like they had basically put a bunch of different takes together. All right, Horn Margaret. Born an only child to Thomas and Desi Horn, Margaret Horn is a wanted smuggler and pirate. Considered a genius-level prodigy, she was accepted at Starfleet Academy, but left the institution during her second year. Her first known smuggling arrest occurred when she was 17. Since her release, she has been charged with 3 merchant hijackings and multiple illegal arms sales. And there's no information on her dad. Alright, let's warp to the source of the distortion wave, or EMP wave. Kill alert, shields up. Brady, I want you to reinforce those shields, just in case.
Captain, I'm getting some unusual sensor readings from the asteroid belt near the sun. I suggest that we investigate.
This act in half impulse. Sturak, get me sensors on those asteroids.
The asteroids in this system are nickel and iron, but they also contain an unknown energy. The asteroids in this system are nickel and iron, but they also contain an unknown energy. The asteroids in this system are nickel and iron, but their core contains an unusual energy. Sensor readings show that it matches the sun creature's energy signature. Captain, the sensors are picking up an unusual creature detaching itself from the sun. The creature seems to be absorbing the solar energies from this system's star.
Course laid in, Captain.
The creature seems to be made up of hydrogen and an unusual variant of dilithium. From these readings, the creature seems to be absorbing the solar energies from the system's star.
Hail Thaxius 1.
Hailing frequencies open, Captain.
On screen.
We saw something when we investigated the sun. It was a massive creature that seemed to be feeding off the star itself. Do you have any idea what that could be?
No, I can't say I know of anything like that. But I can check with a few scientists. Is that thing causing the sun to become unstable?
We think so. I won't know for sure until we analyze the data. Was there anything else strange that occurred before the EMP wave hit?
Nothing. Wait. A series of asteroids was destroyed right before the wave hit. If you download the sensor readings you have, Captain, we might be able to figure something out.
Sturak will download the data to your computers immediately.
This might take a bit. I'll hail you when we find something.
Alright, let's back off.
Captain, sensors indicate that a Romulan bird of prey is approaching fast.
Red alert, all hands to battle stations.
Captain, the Romulan is hailing us.
On screen. This is Captain Forrester of the USS Ranger. Please state your business here.
USS Ranger? I am here on behalf of the Romulan Ambassador.
The Romulan Ambassador? What does he have to report? What does Admiral Tennick have to report? The Romulan Ambassador? What does he have to report?
The Romulan Ambassador asked to meet with you on the Maris system right away.
You're lying. What is the Ambassador's name?
I will not fall for these petty games.
Games? You're the one playing the games. Now tell me why you're here.
Captain, a ship just came out of warp at the edge of the system. It is the Raven.
Captain, the Romulan has closed the hailing channel.
The Romulan is powering up its weapons and shields.
Of course they are. Alright. We have a threat to deal with. Let's deal with it. Oh, we're on the wrong target. Ah, that would be why.
Captain, the sun creature is heading towards us again.
That shield system is damaged, Captain. Repair crews are working on it.
Alright, get away from the sun creature. There's no need to involve them in...
Upper shields have been hit.
Captain, the creature is attacking our warp cells.
Great.
Crews are working as fast as they can.
Come on, get some torpedoes on them. Woo! Almost had a collision there.
Lower shields online.
Alright, let's take care of the Romulan and let's... Damn it.
Aft shields have been hit.
Evasive maneuvers.
Shields online.
Emergency power.
Aft phasers have been hit.
Come on. Alright, get some distance. Yeah, I think they're, those asteroids are eggs, and it must have hatched from the egg. That's my theory, anyways. Okay, Brady. I was gonna say we didn't need him.
The sun creature is heading towards us again.
Alright. Evasive.
Reports of casualties on decks 20.
Forward shields are critical, sir. Upper shields online.
I don't
Upper
know why
shields repaired.
the sun...
Upper shields have been hit. We have a hull breach, Captain.
The Raven is hailing us.
Sturak, can we catch up to her?
Captain, the Raven is no longer in this system.
What? But that transmission. Put it on screen.
I was wondering when the little thorn in my side would show up. You know, for a thorn, you're not bad looking.
This is Captain Forrester of the USS Ranger. You are under arrest.
Please, Captain, spare the formalities. I can warp anytime I want. I just wanted to tell you that I respect your ingenuity and your stubbornness. You've now broken up 2 of my meetings. Not bad.
I have to warn you, Captain Horn, that you are wanted by both the Federation and the Romulan Empire for...
Call me Maggie.
I don't think that would be appropriate, given the circumstances.
Call me Maggie, please. And yes, I know my status among the great powers of the universe. If you haven't guessed yet, I don't care. Just help my father. I'll handle the rest.
You'll handle what, Captain Horn?
Goodbye, Captain. I wish we could have met under better circumstances.
Captain, there's a subspace buoy at the edge of the system. It has stopped transmitting.
Damn!
Captain, Thomas Horn is hailing us.
On screen.
Captain, sensors picked up a Romulan bird of prey near the planet.
It's not a problem, Mr. Horn. Do you have anything to report?
We matched your data with ours, and we think that the sun creature was once encased within one of the asteroids.
Can that help us?
If you modulate your phasers, you might be able to immobilize the creature. We're not sure how long it will last.
It's worth a shot. Send us the frequency and we'll give it a try.
Thank you, Captain. Uploading data now. Good luck.
All right, keep pulling away from the sun creature for now,
Phasers
though.
are online again, ready to fire on your orders.
And let's get some repairs back on the
Captain,
warp.
The phasers are set at the required frequency.
Good job, Robin. Let's go see what they can do.
All right. Before we see what they do, we've got massive amounts of repairs to do. Bring us off emergency power for the time being. Our sensors are fine, so I would advocate we lock those down so we can put more repairs into everything else. Alright, reduce speed to half impulse, head back towards the sun
Forward shields
slowly.
repaired.
This should get us enough time to bring... Oh, our shields are in sorry state. But, okay, we've got impulse engines back online. So I'm going to downgrade that
Phasers are
priority.
online.
Captain, the sun creature is heading towards us again.
Nope. Run away.
We've completed repairs on the warp drive, sir.
Evasive maneuvers. We don't have the shields for this. Alright, they're backing off. So they are very territorial, which, I mean, part of it means it could be a feeding ground. I think it might, you know, it's also protecting the eggs. It seems like that theory was confirmed. Alright, shields are starting to get repairs done. Let's bring in a small team to repair the tractor beam. Yeah, because the phasers and torpedoes are online again. So we should be able to handle that. But most of our shields are still down, so I do not feel confident in taking on this creature. What we can do is increase power allocation to the shields. That will help us a bit, and then we can try to increase power that's diverted to the phasers, so that way when we do get into combat with it, we have our phasers will be stronger and possibly capable of taking it down quicker. Alright. Reset tractor beam. We can make a priority
Phasers
now.
are online again, ready to fire on your orders.
Alright, phasers are at full power. It should be 115% shields. They're getting there. They're at 50% efficiency, though. Although my hope is, alright, 10% impulse misacting. Let's slowly approach. Alright, tractor beam efficiency is at 69%. Shields are almost to 60%. Can I manually? No, I can't. Of course I can't. Alright, looks like everything is basically fine except shields. Tractor beam, we can we'll leave them a little bit of repair, but they're not a priority. Same with sensors right now. I think they're of limited priority. Warp is probably going to be a super high priority, Warp and Impulse, just because he goes after our warp engines a lot. And we don't want them blowing those up. Alright, we have 70%. Alright. Mr. Brady, if you could please reboot the shield system. Alright. There we go. That brought our shields up online. They won't be at full efficiency, but we do have full coverage
We've completed
now.
repairs on the tractor beam, sir.
There we go. Now we can completely erase the tractor beam here. Life support is kind of a low priority, so I'll knock that down a little bit. Alright, where's shields at now? 85% efficiency, that'll have to do. Miss Acton, full impulse. Let's go save the solar system. Oh. Divert a little bit of power from shields. I guess I put in a little too much. Phasers. Bring down 210. 108's fine. Shields.
Captain, the sun creature is heading towards us again.
There. Alright, all stations prepare for combat.
Lower shields have been hit.
Woo!
The creature is on warp nacelles.
What was that?
Fascinating. The creature has discharged a massive EMP wave. It has knocked out our warp, our communications, and our long-range sensors. Nothing else was damaged, however.
I'm glad you find it fascinating. Is the Serpent asleep?
Short-range sensors show that it is not moving.
Robin, try to get the warp engines online. I want to get back and report to Starfleet.
It has not moved at all, Captain. It appears to be asleep.
What was that?
Fascinating. The creature has discharged a massive EMP wave. It has knocked out our warp, our communications, and our long-range sensors. Nothing else was damaged, however.
I'm glad you find it fascinating. Is the Serpent asleep?
Short-range sensors show that it is not moving.
Robin, try to get the warp engines online. I want to get back and report to Starfleet.
It has not moved at all, Captain. It appears to be asleep. Captain, there's a Klingon D7 decloaking off our starboard bow.
Okay, great, thanks. Alright. Alright, Corn, do your best, I know sensors are down.
Captain, the phasers seem to have no effect on the Klingon vessel.
What do you mean it has no effect?
Robin, what's going on?
Passing
Captain,
by.
it's the energy modulation used for the sun creature. I can get the phasers working again, but it'll take a few minutes.
We don't have a few minutes.
I'm on it, Captain.
Good thing we have torpedoes.
Lower shields have been hit.
Nope.
Lower shields are critical, sir. Port
There
side
we go.
shields repaired.
We knocked
Upper
out his
shields
nacelle.
online.
Alright, turn away. Vigia, hail the
Our
Klingon.
communication system is offline, Captain.
Damn it. Alright, looks like we still have both of our nacelles. Alright, emergency power. Half impulse, turn around. 10% impulse. Alright, Corn switch photon tubes to manual and... oh, a little bit off there. Fire.
Phasers are operational. Phasers are operational again, Captain. Captain, warp is now up and going. Communications are still down, as are our sensors, but at least we can get out of here.
Good. Then I say we make as much distance from the system as possible. If there are more Klingons or Romulans coming, I sure don't want to be here for them. Sturak, how is the sun creature?
It has not moved at all, Captain. It appears to be asleep.
Then let's get out of here.
I'm impressed he could figure that out without sensors. Stand down, red alert. Stand down, the yellow alert. Alright, it looks like we have some sensors now. Magia, hail,
Our
Thaxius 1.
communication system is offline, Captain.
Alright, then let's return to...
Our communication system is offline, Captain.
That's not something I can even repair. Oh, well, we have...
Our communication system is offline, Captain.
Yeah, it's not on my repair list here, but we can divert power from it, which is interesting. Alright. Warp us to Thaxius. And, because I want to report on what we've done and what's transpired here if possible. I assume that Klingon was another buyer for that Romulan artifact. Magia, hail,
Our
Thaxius.
communication system is offline, Captain.
Is it going to be offline until we return to Starbase conveniently? It's starting to look that way. All right. How are our shields? Okay, our shields actually held up pretty well. Uh, plot a course for Starbase. Protect and engage. Man, that was gnarly. I didn't think I'd have to take on a
Repairs
D7
to
with.
communication systems complete, sir.
Of course, it is scripted. All right, all right. Migia, open hailing frequencies to Starbase.
Hailing frequency open.
Mission accomplished, Starfleet.
You look surprised, Cadet. You must know you've passed. Captain Horn's plans to sell the artifact to the birds of prey have been foiled. Taxias 1 and 2 have been bought a little more time as the Sun Serpent sleeps. The mystery deepens as we work from puzzle to puzzle, yes?
That was gnarly, but we made it through. All right, so let's put in save game there and check our crew scores. Looks like everyone's hasn't changed from this mission. So maybe we'll get an opportunity to raise those scores after the cutscenes.
We finally got some good news. Sturak was officially cleared of all charges today. It turns out the bomber was Faith Gage. Korn and Robin are really shocked.
Enter. At ease. Cadet Sturak, you are officially cleared of any suspicion of sabotage. Cadet Forrester, the charges against you have been dropped, and you are reinstated in Starfleet Academy.
Your cooperation has been invaluable and above the call of duty. You have the appreciation of the entire command staff.
Thank you, sir. But I still don't understand all this.
Sturak was studying ship fragments found on Bicea. He discovered that a complicated neural network was etched in the molecules of the fragments.
I postulate that the fragments were part of a cybernetic life form, which I called the McClanty, after Joseph McClanty, 22nd century revolutionary in the field of cybernetics. The Klingons have nothing like it.
But what does that mean?
It means the ship is a life form.
If Sturak had proved this theory, the Vanguard would have lost a powerful propaganda weapon. So Cadet Gage blew up the lab. Then the Vanguard took advantage of their own sabotage to cast doubt on the Federation.
But what about Sturak's investigation, sir?
All the evidence was destroyed. The explosion cost us the only chance to find out who the attackers were.
Captain Kirk has left for the Bicea system to see what can be discovered.
Well, gentlemen, I think these cadets should go back to the business of being cadets. Dismissed.
Aye, sir.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you. Good to have you back.
Thank you for standing by me, David. I know you did it at your own risk.
Well, Mr. Sturak, I just didn't want you stuck in your quarters anymore.
Actually, I found the confinement invigorating. I was able to devote more time to training.
Even being confined to quarters can't make a Vulcan stay.
Sturak, you're overworking yourself.
Vulcans have excellent stamina.
Look, it's not your fault that the proof was lost. If anything, it's mine. I should have gone back in there and pulled out your data.
David, you would have been killed, just like I would have.
Yeah, but now thousands of people are being killed in these random attacks. I could have taken action and stopped these massacres by now. Now our chances are slim.
Don't be so sure of that.
Sir!
There was another attack along the Klingon neutral zone last week. I directed the search of the planet and found these fragments of the attacking vessel sheared off by the planetary defense system. A few of them show the molecular etching that Sturak discovered.
Starfleet scientists have fully examined these fragments and have concluded that the molecular etchings could not constitute the cybernetic neural network that I postulated.
Yeah, I didn't agree. I wanted Sturak to have another chance to prove his theory, so I persuaded Starfleet to turn the fragments over to him for the rest of the academic year.
It will take a significant amount of work to establish whether my theory has any validity.
Well, Mr. Forrester, you're his team leader.
Sturak doesn't need my permission to take on special projects.
But I do need your assistance.
Why?
I need to simulate the remainder, and your experience with Commander Chekhov might make it possible to finish before graduation.
What do you think, Captain Kirk?
I'm not here to tell you how to spend your time, Cadet Forrester. I'm here to extend a command opportunity. It's up to you whether you take it or not.
We have an unparalleled opportunity to study these fragments. No other lab in the Federation has state-of-the-art computer simulator equipment and the McClanty cybernetic remnants.
I'd be glad to assist you.
Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. It is agreeable to have your assistance. I shall endeavor to explain my findings to date. Look, this is not just random molecular crystallization.
So we can simulate the rest of this matrix to figure out how it works. I don't know if I'm good enough to do that.
I know you are.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Well, that's a lot of things that happened really quickly. Let's put a save down real quick. And let's check our crew scores. Sturak, as I suspected, came up from now that he's not being confined anymore. And I think overall morale has increased because we see Korn has approached into the 90s here. Brady's up to 87%. Acton's up to 87%. And McGee is up into the 90s as well. So very happy to see that improvement from our team. And I'm very glad we could put this business with the Vanguard behind us. And hopefully we'll be able to prove Sturak's theory and perhaps make contact with the McClanty and find out why they're attacking our colonies. But all of that we'll have to wait for next time. So with that, thank you all for watching and stay tuned for next time and stay safe out there. And we'll see you then.